Cast: Miss Zoe, Teacher Sarah, Student 1, Jessica, Student 2, Rhyme, Student 3, Lizzie, Student 4.
Sarah, take your seat. Today, we are going to learn about Swami Dayanand Saraswati and Arya Samaj. Swami Dayanand Saraswati and Arya Samaj 1875. Arya Samaj is a monotheistic Indian Hindu reform movement that promotes values and practices based on the belief in the infallible authority of the Vedas. The Samaj was founded by the sannyasi Dayanand Saraswati. In Punjab, the reform movement was spearheaded by Arya Samaj. It was founded by a wandering ascetic in Gangetic Plain. Swami Dayanand Saraswati later settled in Punjab to preach his ideas. And his book, Satyarthaprakash, enjoyed wide circulation. He opposed practices such as child marriage and prohibition of widow remarriage. The positive principles enunciated by him were strict monotheism, condemnation of idolatry, rejection of Brahman, domination of ritual and social practices. He rejected the superstition beliefs in Hinduism, and his cry was, "Go back to Vedas." The primary achievement of the Arya Samaj were in the field of social reform and spread of education, and many Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools and colleges were opened. And the work for you guys is to collect information about Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, Swami Vivekananda, the Theosophical movement, and contribution of Annie Besant.
I have collected some information about Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's real name was Gadadhar Chattopadhyay. He was an Indian Hindu mystic, saint, and religious leader in 19th century Bengal. He was a simple priest of Dakshineshwar near Kolkata, emphasized the spiritual union with God through ecstatic practice such as singing bhajans and doing pujas. He is a worshipper of goddess Kali. In his view, all religions contains the universal elements which if practiced would lead to salvation. He said, Jiva is Siva, which means all living beings are God and service for man is regarded as God. Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna's primary achievement was his ability to attract educated youth who were dissatisfied with the rational orientation of religious reform organizations. After Ramakrishna's death in 1886, his disciples organized themselves as a religious community and undertook the task of making his life teaching known in India and abroad. The chief spirit behind this task was Vivekananda. Vivekananda established the Ramakrishna Mission, which did not restrict itself to religious activities but was actively involved in social causes like education, healthcare, and relief in the time of calamities. Thank you.
Sarah, you did a great job.
Swami Vivekananda's real name was Narendranath Datta, and he was a prime follower of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. An educated youth, he was drawn to Ramakrishna's message. He advocated the practical Vedanta of service to humanity and attacked the tendency to defend every situation just as it was connected to religion. He became famous for his addresses on Hinduism at the 1893 World Congress of Religions in Chicago. Despite the fame, he was condemned by Orthodox Hindus for suggesting that lower castes should be allowed to engage in rituals from which they are traditionally excluded. Vivekananda inspired many of the youths who were involved in the militant nationalists who were struggling during the Swadeshi movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, that was awesome.
Theosophical movement. The Theosophical Society was founded by H. P. Blavatsky and H. S. Alcott. Later, it was shifted to India at Adyar, Chennai in 1886. Theosophical Society stimulated a study the Hindu classics, especially the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. It also played an important role in the revival of Buddhism in India. Western interest in Hindi scriptures gave educated Hindus great pride in their tradition and culture. Thank you.
Great work, Rhyme.
In India, the Theosophical movement became further popular with the election of Annie Besant. She played a role in Indian nationalist politics, and formed the Home Rule League demanding home rule to India on the lines of Ireland. She spread theosophical ideas through her newspapers called New India and Commonweal. Thank you.
Everyone did a great job.